Hey, how's it going? Pupus8 here, and today we're making a slop tier list on the meta of Jujutsu Shenanigans, specifically in the ranked game mode, which can be applied to pretty much everything in this video game, pretty much basically. Now, the reason why I'm making this tier list is because I started this series called the 0 to 100 series, where I take a character from 0 to 100 elo in the ranked game mode of Jujutsu Shenanigans. After I take a character to 100 elo, I then rank that character on a tier list, okay? And I'm doing that for every single character. As of now, we're around halfway through the 0 to 100 character list roster. We're halfway through. So because we're halfway through, I might as well give my thoughts on the meta of JJS. As of now that I know around half of the characters in this video game in which we live in. Just know that I'm more qualified, I'm more skilled, I'm better, I'm even brighter than you. So just keep that in mind, and if you're better than me, be sure to sound off in the comments. Tell me why you're better than me, even though I got 100 plus elo on around like half of the characters. Be sure to smash.
Also, for the criteria, I'm going to be ranking the characters based off of how good their neutral game is, how good their combo game is, and how well they deal with ragdoll.
Cancel.
We're also dividing the ults and the base kits into two sections, because in ranked fights in JJS, there's two significant parts of the fight, the ult battle and the base kit fight. So it's better if we separate them, because some characters have really good base kits, and some characters have just terrible ults, okay? So separating it will give us a good idea of how these sections will look like in a ranked match. That's basically my thought process. Let's get started with our first character.
Starting off with Gojo, I haven't played him in 0 to 100, but he's just my main, so I think I understand where he ranks. And with all of my knowledge on Gojo, I would say he's in the C tier, the most mediocre, generic starter character in Jujutsu Shenanigans. As for his neutral game, it's pretty solid, I would have to say. It's not bad anymore when you actually think about all the niche tech he has and all his options. Well, let's actually switch to Gojo. I used to think blue was bad because if you just throw it out randomly and you whiff it, it's so easy to punish because his stun is for so long. But I realized that blue is actually good for like countering. It's kind of like Yuta Black Flash. If a character is negative on frames or too far away to punish with a dash, you can just throw out a blue. And in the blue section, this goes on with his mix-up still. You could go for a TP with red for just free damage, or you could go for a normal TP. There's actually a lot of stuff Gojo has as a character. So let's say I got blue off. We could of course go for a red TP for just damage. And I think it combos probably, I don't really know. They could probably like press spacebar, I need to check. But also if you land blue, you could go for a mix-up with TP. Now, when you use TP, you're both equal in frames, but the Gojo has the high ground, and he could basically choose how he approaches the next fight. He could, of course, go for the dash like this. It was on cooldown. He could, of course, go to the blah, 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 no, like that. But because that option is so obvious, your opponent is most likely going to block. So you could actually go for something a little different, like, for example, a side dash into rapid punches or something. But if you're like too scared of getting punished, you could also just... You could also just go like, wait, I'm supposed to like, hold up. Am I gonna just kill him? This is an embarrassment. Also, there's so much to talk about. This video is not gonna be short at all. Basically, yeah, you could go around in M1 too. I kind of like forgot how to, what is it called? Roll. Because that's just blue as a move. Red has 0 end lag, by the way. You could block right away. It has low startup, but it's pretty hard to punish after red has been launched. He of course has a TP, which works as a, what's it called? It's really similar to blue as well. You could punish your opponent for if they're just throwing out moves and negative on frames but too far away and such. He has rapid punches, which goes through block. It has a really short range, but it's pretty quick, to be honest. And it leads to a lot of combos. It's punishable though with ragdoll cancel, we'll get to that. And also twofold kick. You know what, Gojo has so much mix, I'm not gonna lie. In twofold kick, it seems pretty trash, but it's real, its real value comes in M1 trading against like blocking players. So let's say you do 1-2 and your opponent does the muscle memory 1-2 to counter. If you go 1-2 2-fold kick, the 2-fold kick goes out quicker than your opponent's M1, no matter the character. Which means if you're doing M1 trades and your opponent goes for the most natural option, you could punish him into 2-fold kick, which will lead to like an evasive bait or a longer combo, which is insanely crazy. His mix-up, it's so in-depth. It's so insane. And I'm leaking too much niche Gojo tech. Gojo is quite good with the mix-up. He also has the TP. Yeah, which is almost a free hit every single time. Unless your opponent's running around. You have to use it really carefully though. God, we're already 8 minutes in. I'm actually gonna go quicker now. With combo potential, it's pretty basic. It's like the most basic thing in the world. Do I even have to say it? He has a lot of damage. He's just like really good at comboing ragdoll players because all of his moves like work with ragdoll, and that's pretty much it. And lastly, how he deals with ragdoll cancel. Now, I originally thought Gojo was so trash because he pretty much had no way to deal with ragdoll cancel without getting punished before. Maybe red, but red was still kind of stinky. But now look at this, look. Red, if you throw out red, it has no end lag. Right when you cast it, you could block almost right away. So if your opponent tries to punish you, you could block, which is a free ragdoll cancel. Also with rapid punches, this isn't guaranteed, but if you just move around your camera like this, it's really hard for him to like dash around and reverse the tides against you. And also when you're just using blue, God, there's so much. If he tries to ragdoll cancel right there, you could actually TP and grab him in the air. Even though you use the ragdoll cancel, it still combos because it's a grab. And also, oh my God. Let's say you go into rapid punches and your opponent is being stingy, he doesn't want to ragdoll. You're going to TP two-fold kick while he's down. And he's gonna, and that's just another combo. And also, let's say you use two-fold kick and you go for the down slam. You don't have to, wait, just imagine it works. You don't have to down slam, you can just hold block. Is Gojo kind of good? No, I'm a Gojo main and I know everything about him. Compared to everyone else, this is so roundabout, I won't lie. Roundabout niche, check that. I don't really think a lot of people know about. You have to be so creative with Gojo. Anyway, I'm a Gojo main, so I know all these things. But in comparison to everyone else, like to a Yuji, it's like, it's almost good. Oh God, wait a minute. I think it's B. Unfortunate. Anyway, Gojo ult is next, which I think I'll put into B as well. Gojo's ult, it just got an addition in the form of the 0.2 domain. I won't even lie, 0.2 domain is probably the worst ult in the game. But I mean, if your opponent is not trying to punish you, I guess it's better. But it also like works as like fear factor in a way. Here, let me explain. That's actually another interesting point. When you're playing Gojo, right? When you pop ult, your opponent kind of just has to be near you now. Because before, like when a character usually pops ult, they have to like run away in fear, right? But because you have 0.2 domain, they have to be close in case you pop it so they can try and punish you. And it's almost a guaranteed kill if you get 0.2 off. Even if you don't get him in this, because it just does so much damage. That's what 0.2 has. I really don't think it's all that usable because everyone knows to punish, but it pretty much forces your opponent to come close. Now let's take a look at everything Gojo has in this ult. The neutral game, it's pretty strong, I won't lie. Okay, first of all, yeah, Gojo only has like one move in this mode. He has red, reversal useless. Let's take a look at the damage of reversal red. That's like 25 damage. 25 damage for an ult move, and it has the variant as well. But pretty much, he only just has blue. It's really easy to land, it does so much damage, the cooldown is so short, and it is terrifying. And you could use like 3 times for ult. It's a powerful move, but it's also pretty much all Gojo really has, right? The playstyle with Gojo is honestly to just bait evasive and use void. That's how you play Gojo. Use blue to get the evasive out, use red to get the evasive out. Once you get your evasive out, you want to go for like a TP into down slam and domain, which is guaranteed every single time. Not really any combos. He just has a strong evasive bait because blue is terrifying. Blue into red is terrifying. His weaknesses though is if your opponent just runs. He does have TP, which is good for catching up. But yeah, if your opponent just runs or stays close to try and M1 you while you're about to like get blue off, because you're open for so long when you try to use blue. It's really hard. There's also a lot of range moves to counter blue. Blue is all he has, and blue he's not invincible when using blue either. It's not like, what was I even saying? It's not like dismantle, which is so quick and pretty much impossible to punish because it's so quick. He stays in the air for a while. He could get punished. You could also just run away. I just think it's a decent ult. It's a decent ult in a major. You know what? No, it's so good. I'm just coping because I'm a Gojo main and I want him to be low tier. The more that I think about it, it's just so good. I'm not lying. You're forced to be close because of the 0.2. Blue and the evasive bait, and he also has the best domain in the game because it leads into hollow purple, which one-shots. Also, he also has domain countermeasures because purple gives him so much iframes, and because it's a closed environment, makes him do, God, he's so good. Okay, Gojo is, for some reason he's kind of good now, which is interesting because I put him in like garbage tier in my old tier list. I think that's because I was playing him and I was still coping. Next up, Yuji. I haven't actually played Yuji. I did do that one Yuji video though. I actually got him to 55 elo in that time. Don't really know much about Yuji, but I still think he's in the A tier because Yuji, say it with me, has everything and he has no punishments other than like what? 0.001% ult bar getting taken away every time he faints. Whatever, let's just rank him based off of our criteria, okay? So his neutral game. Yuji's neutral game is insane for a lot of reasons. For one, he has everything. For one, he has Curse Strikes, which is the most overpowered ability in the game. What does Curse Strikes do? It's a combo extender, which leads into Black Flash every single time. What does Curse Strike also do? It's a block breaker that breaks block and can combo. Look at this. Wow. What does Curse Strikes also do? You can feint it for unlimited mobility. How the hell do you what is it? The mobility thing. I need to ask my server this. Server, how do you dash? Or dodge roll. And JJS, server. How do I just feel like I do it automatically when I'm in the game. Is it like hold dash or something? I'm actually out of my mind. I've been out of my mind a long time. Whatever, Curse Strikes does anything. Cut here, by the way. Ugh. I did a large audio signature, so you know where to cut. Bruh. Crushing Blow, it's a block breaker, and it's a combo extender. Or not combo extender, combos into ragdoll. You could also use it as mobility because Yuji does everything. And lastly, Divergent Fist. It's not really used for neutral. Divergent Fist. I'm gonna just re-say that. Divergent Fist, it's not really used for neutral. Don't really need to talk about it. Also, Majin Kick. I call this the get out of jail free card because in any scenario in which you're stuck, like for example, if you're like M1 trading and you're like, oh no, I messed up, I'm gonna lose, you could just use Majin Kick. Also, if you're about to just mess up anything, just feint. Like most characters, they just have to roll with it or waste a cool cooldown. No, you could just feint to get out of anything if you're trying to go for some cheeky moves or stuff. So stupid, man. Have they like told me a coherent answer? Otis secretly a noob? Kill yourself. I have 700 elo combined. Oh my god, I hate my fucking server so much. I hate all of them. For combo potential, it's kind of stupid. Yuji doesn't really have to worry about ragdoll cancel with the basic combo. There's also like a M1 extension. I never learned that. I never played Yuji yet. But he of course has the basic combo, which has an extender right now, which goes into Black Flash every single time. So yeah, just so much mix-up potential. His combo is consistent every single time, so you don't really have to worry about ragdoll cancel. And also, if you do get ragdoll cancel out, he has like Curse Strikes into Crushing Blow into Divergent Fist. That's a full combo off of a block breaker that gives him like sky high mobility, which also works off of Majin Kick, which is a counter, by the way. So much combo potential, which doesn't really do that much damage, but it's consistent combos with an insanely good mix-up without the need to worry about ragdoll cancel. And even then, if he just gets ragdoll cancel out, it's just more damage even then. It's so powerful in comparison to like Gojo. So yeah, I'll put him in the A tier. Sukuna ult. Let's talk about that one now. So the main gimmick with Sukuna ult is the M1s, of course. The M1s give him control over the field completely. Like if you're fighting a Sukuna, you're just forced to always be on the defensive, which is so stupid for a mix-up. His mix-up is that he gets the advantage no matter what. You have to play around what Sukuna does next, which is just, it automatically just puts him in the S tier. It's such a stupid mechanic in the video game in which we live in. And he also has like the best move in the game, Dismantle. You know what Dismantle does? It's kind of similar to Curse Strikes, but I'll give you a hint. It does everything. Dismantle is of course a combo extender. It's of course a mobility option, kinda, that breaks block. That also works with combos and such. It's completely stupid. It also resets M1s, and the cooldown is so low. It's literally exactly the same as Curse Strikes, dude. Oh my god. By the way, did I mention that Curse Strikes has like the cooldown for Curse Strikes is as long as blue, and it has so much more applications. So stupid. Anyway, yeah, his neutral game is like perfect. It's the best neutral in the entire game out of every single character, except for like Maharaga, who's just overpowered. He has good combos with the Dismantle combo extender for some reason that he has. Rush works as well for combos. Open can be used just in neutral as well. He also has a domain, which is guaranteed after you bait evasive and just ragdoll him. So options after ragdoll, guaranteed combos that don't need to bait ragdoll, and the ability to just always control the game. Always have the advantage because his M1s are long, and if you try and do something, his M1s will catch you. If you try to use an ability, his M1s will catch you. He can't make moves on a Sukuna, which is why he's so powerful. Anyway, that's Yuji. Next up is Hakari. Oh my god, I hate this character so much. Hakari is quite standard. Not as standard as Gojo, but pretty standard, I would have to say. For his neutral game, his main mix-up is these balls and these doors. He can start combos from such a long distance. It's of course blockable, but Hakari also has the counter. And if someone hits the counter, hold up, let me spawn a dummy so I could show this. If somebody hits the counter, then it of course goes into a combo extender, which is guaranteed. And it resets M1s and such, guaranteed to land if you use the counter on an opponent. It's a very powerful neutral game. It's like Yuji Majin Kick, except he just doesn't have all the other stupid stuff. It seems a little bit more balanced, I'd have to say. He could play mostly defensive because you're just fishing for counters. You could also try and get M1s and such. Doors are also, they have long range. You could catch people like that. And finally, also the mobility from this. His character was made with certain intentions, which is of course our special, which goes into a guaranteed combo. Very interesting stuff, I would have to say. For combo potential, Hakari's pretty good. He's like Yuji. He has the combo extender, which goes into the generic combo that works every single time because he baits evasive. Fever Breaker is a little dangerous. I'll talk about that later. But he also has more combo potential. If you bait evasive, you could go like this. Imagine I didn't use doors right there. Oh, he didn't get up in time. Whatever, that works, right? Imagine I'm doing it right. What is happening? He has the generic combo extender that works every single time, and if you bait evasive, he has more combos. Good combos, fine, neutral game, and also with ragdoll cancel. It's a little weird because there's ways to mitigate it. It's a lot like rapid punches. There's ways to mitigate the getting reversed after Fever Breaker, because if you use Fever Breaker and they have evasive, then they can like ragdoll cancel instantly and punish you. There's a way to mitigate it by just moving your camera around, like with rapid punches. It's also not guaranteed. I also just rolled, did you see that? But you should be fine most of the time if you just like move your camera last minute. And also if they do try and dash to reverse you, then you just get their evasive out and you could do some stupid combo with the down slam. And with all those factors, let's take Hakari, let's rank him. Yeah, he's around like Gojo's level, I would have to say. He has more, okay, Gojo has more options because his character is so weirdly designed. Is he better than, I think, okay, Gojo has a better mix, Hakari has better combos. Let's talk about Hakari ult now. I think Hakari ult is one of the worst ults in the game. And my argument for it being terrible is just, if you get ult at the same time as your opponent who just probably has a regular awakening or some ability that activates like pretty easily, like a Charles counter or a Locust Guy ult, then you're pretty much cooked. And you have to like outskill your opponent so much in here. You of course roll, and it's luck based. It's actually luck based, which is cool game design, but I don't think it's all that good. You roll 3 times, it's guaranteed after the 4th roll and such. And when you're lucky, I think Jackpot, I changed my mind, I think Jackpot is one of the best ultimates. If he can't dish out a lot of damage, then he's actually immortal and the timer lasts for so long, it's insane. But getting to that point is so hard because it's actually just luck based and it takes so long. Like in this domain, let's say I'm fighting a Sukuna, right? He's just gonna kill me. First of all, in the domain, you can't run, right? And you're in your base kit, and he's in his ult and such. Which is why I put it in the D tier. If you get Jackpot right away, it's like one of the best. No, it's probably the best. Second best. Like below Maharaja. But if we just take the luck into account, in most scenarios, you're gonna lose. Which doesn't really make it a good ult, right? If you lose in most scenarios, it's not really all that good, right? Right? Am I right or wrong? Anyway, let's move on. That was pretty quick. Next up is Megumi. Megumi has so much. He's a rushdown, which is crazy. People call Megumi a zoner. He's not even close to a zoner. He's a rushdown, which means he wants to be close. He wants to be M1ing his opponent, right? And Megumi just has so much safeguards for when he's M1ing. And he could also stagger. This is an ice climber's moment. Okay, let's just go one after the other. I'm all over the place. So first of all, he has the rabbit escape, right? Which locks down your opponent and stops him from running, stops him from really using any ability. It forces them to be on the defensive, which allows Megumi to get in and be the rushdown character that he is because he's not a zoner, he's a rushdown, which is very good, right? Very good so far. For his bird, the bird works separate from Megumi, which is an ice climber's moment. So he could throw the bird out, he could actually M1, get close in M1. So he could force your opponent to block, or he could actually like M1 him, land hits on him, and force the bird to connect, which is very good. Toad is it's a great combo extender and an evasive bait, right? You just basically, yeah, you get his evasive out, and it's a generic combo extender. Bruh. It's not a generic combo extender, you need a bait evasive to use it, but it resets someone and does more damage, and you could use it from range. Yeah, you launch him away with your Shikigami, like, you like shoot him away with the dog, and then you could throw out a frog, and he's forced to evasive, right? And he can't really punish you here, right? And if it lands, you of course get the combo. Very solid mix-up. I think it's better than Yuji, to be honest. It might be better. Because, okay, it makes more sense. I don't think it's as stupid because for some reason Yuji just has every ability. And also, yeah, dog too. Let's say you're like M1 trading and you're about to get hit. If you do dog and he tries to M1, it actually will punish him, which is good. Dogs are OP. Let's also talk about his combos. He needs to bait evasive. He has no real way to just do any combos without being evasive. All he really has is like that. That's all he really has. But he has 3 dog uses. It's so easy to just get the evasive out. And if you get the evasive out, he has like a lot of combos. All of his moves are comboable. All of them are. They all lead into combos. Like there's of course that down slam shenanigans. I'm lagging for some reason on my own private server. But he has like the triple down slam thing with dogs. He of course has the stupid generic down slam combos. Every move leads into a combo. He has Toad to like recenter. He has the bunnies, which is like a block breaker and it can pressure him. After you finish a combo also, you could pressure with the bunnies. He's just really good at what he does, at rushing down his opponents. The only downside is his lower health, but that's chill because you're Megumi and you're overpowered. Now let's talk about his ult, which is really weird. His ult's so weird to me because it's so reliant on just one move, but also that move can be used twice because the cooldown's not that short. So to be honest, even though it's so reliant on one single move, it's still fine. You know what I'm talking about, by the way? It's the guaranteed one-shot with Serpent, which works every single time. And it's so easy, you just do that and that and that. What is it? It's like that. Yeah, it's the most stupid thing of all time. It's a guaranteed one-shot. We have to land Snake in order to do that. And everyone will be looking out for when you use Snake. So it isn't really free, but it's there. And it's just a one-shot that he has, which is a little stupid. He also just has access to his base kit. So remember all those advantages I talked about in the past? He just has access to it. So let's say you just whiff Snake because you're an idiot. Okay, you just switch to your base kit and now you're just playing base kit Megumi with also the elephant and the swarm. You should never really abandon, like jump ship out of the Great Serpent combo path because it's just a guaranteed win. But you could just choose to like use your abilities to mix up if you just think you're not gonna land it because he has like a counter or he's good at the game and stuff. He just has so much. And also I'm pretty sure, yeah, Maharaga is also a factor, which we're gonna talk about. And to be honest, I'm including Maharaga as part of Megumi's kit. Wait, do I put him higher than Sukuna? There's still more. Yeah, I do. Honestly, I do. Megumi's so stupid. I think he's better. I think he's better than Sukuna. Kill me, rip my head off. Yeah, Maharaga is also just a part of Megumi's kit, by the way. Now in ranked, it takes an extra stock, but also makes you immortal and the most overpowered creature in the video game, which Megumi just has access to in his ult at all times. And it's also guaranteed. Here, look at this. Wait, combo. Wait, shit. You should not go for that, actually. Hold up. There's a way to just use it after you kill someone. Wait. Okay, let's just say I did it correctly, right? If right when you kill someone, if you just press Maharaga, you could summon even though he's dead. And look, Maharaga still comes out. So if you do your one-shot, or not technically a one-shot, but if you just kill him with your combo and like finish him off normally, if you just don't use the Shadow Run move and you just kill him, then you get a free Maharaga, which is the most overpowered thing in the game. I think you're basically unkillable. You can adapt, you can heal, you're immune to all domains pretty much. No, you're not immune to Mahito domain, I'm pretty sure still. You're immune to most domains and you can adapt to heal. You have World Cutting Slash, which does like 50 damage. You have 150 health. You cannot get one shot unless you're fighting like Mahito, of course. Just so much. And that's like actually just in like Megumi's kit, which is stupid. It's so broken. I don't even bother putting Maharaga on because that's just a part of Megumi's ult. Next up, Perfection. I have not played a single ounce of Perfection, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm putting him in the B tier. Okay, I actually don't think he's that good anymore. The reason why I put Mahito on top was because he had that stupid 125 damage infinite combo with the dash strikes. But the dashes on these were nerfed so hard. They're like so trash now and so unusable and just so unfun to use. And also with the new evasive reworks, it's like impossible to infinite. So Mahito also just loses his infinite combos, which is pretty much all he had going for him. Other than that, let's talk about his neutral game. He has the ranged attack. He has the Black Flash, which breaks block, right? Which breaks block. He has Body Repel. It breaks block. Long startup, but you can bring him back to combo, right? And also Stockpile. The thing is, Mahito's moves, I really think they do no damage, but he has the most options for like comboing or just like going into combos. He's kind of like a Yuji Gojo hybrid. He has the generic combo extender with Focus Strike, of course, which is guaranteed every single time, which is decent damage. But also after he does that, all of his moves go into combos, which is good, but the damage isn't that high. And I feel like if you're just throwing out moves randomly to mix up, you're not gonna get the most out of Mahito because you're just using all your cooldowns. You have to be efficient with them, which I think it makes him so mid also. He also has his dashes, his M1s. Wow, faster M1's cool. Higher damage with the bricks. How high is my ping now? Oh, it's at 40, which goes into the dash, which is just more combos and such. It's just combos, and it's just like good mix up, but the more mix you do, the less combo damage you do, which is not like too good. Like in comparison to Yuji, who can mix without wasting a single cooldown. In comparison to like Hakari, whose mix up leads into a combo. Like his mix up actually does damage. Like with this, like you could do this, it does like 10 damage or something. How much damage does Soul Strike do? Or Soul Fire? Look at that, it's like barely anything. It's like so little damage. Damage low, blah, blah, blah. Mix up his mid. And he has a good evasive bait, but he doesn't really need to bait evasive because he has the guaranteed with the combo extender. But if he does get evasive out, wow, cool. A new combo that you can do like 20 extra damage because he does no damage with his combos. Anyway, that's the base kit. I think it's B tier. Ugh, no, it's so bad.
Okay, while editing this, I played a lot more Mahito. I got like 50 elo in that stupid Nana's Kitchen video, in which we tied even though he had, okay, whatever, no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I was dogging on him, but then I kind of give him a good rating after dogging on him, which I agree with. He stays in the B tier. It's not stupid like Yuji, his combos aren't completely insane. Like, he has a mid-mix that he makes up for with great combos, kind of like Hakari. So I'm fine with this ranking. He would be higher, but with the evasive changes, you know, he doesn't really have those stupid combos anymore, so he's kind of just like a regular character.
Dude, how much? That's like 5 damage. What the hell? Okay, whatever. Mahito ult. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, after playing more Mahito, I realized I was kind of spitting out nonsense in this section, so I'm gonna actually correct myself. Mahito ult. Ignore everything you see in the later half of the video. Mahito ult is as good as Megumi's. Double S tier above every other ult. It is so powerful. The main thing I want to highlight is how he, from base, he just has a one-shot into domain that leads into one guaranteed black flash, which already fulfills half of the requirements to go into super ult, which is absolutely insane. Okay, let me explain, let me elaborate. So in base, before you ult, if you bait evasive, all right, land in M1, go into uppercut, go into ult, you press G after you land the uppercut into the domain expansion, then that is a guaranteed domain that one-shots. After you one-shot him in the domain, you could press G on his dead body, which gives you a free black flash. And then after all of that, he has all those other moves, which is just the most stupid brain-dead mix-ups, which also leads into pretty much a guaranteed black flash if you can land M1, because after 3 M1s, if you double tap G, you could just black flash, which means after you do the guaranteed one-shot, if your opponent responds and now you're both ulting and you're both ult fighting, if you can somehow sneak in an M1, you go into super ult, which is again another powerful ult. Okay, super ult, I don't think super ult's that good. I still think it's worse than the normal base ult, but it has a one shot on a counter, which pretty much works on him almost pretty much everything. And he has the other moves, and he has a widespread strikes. We all play roulette, right? We all know how to use that ability. It's so good. It's so good. I won't elaborate anymore. But basically, yeah. Ult is as good as Megumi. Probably not as good because, to be honest, Super Ult Mahito not as good as Maharaga. But those are my thoughts. Insanely good, double S tier. I also moved Gojo down a tier because, you know, in comparison to Mahito, he looked kind of terrible. But yeah, those were the changes. Blood is a manipulator. Cut that out. Alright, we're back here again. How does Choso's neutral game look? He has Blood Edge, which is just mobility. You just land hits, which is fine. Piercing Blood is useless in mixing up. Same with Flowing Scale. I guess you could use it to like jump around and such, but you should save that for combos really. His true mix-up lies in his Supernova and his Blood Edge, right? Supernova is really all he has actually though. It's a counter. If you land the counter, you get all your orbs. You could aim anywhere. You could position him, so you could send your opponent into a wall, and you get your orbs, which you could use to mix up too. Which gives him a solid mix-up. So far, it's actually very good. Probably up here, if I'm not gonna lie. His control over the neutral with these balls, and also his combos. You just have to evasive against Choso, or he's gonna do some shit against you. Oh, I messed up. It's solid. It's not like stupid like Yuji, because Yuji has everything, remember? He has a certain archetype that he's going for, and the playstyle is centered around that archetype. He doesn't do everything. He does what he does good. Play high damage, good neutral, everything you want in a character. Now, Megumi has a better mix, I guess, and similar damage and combos. Not as good, but similar, which also requires no ult bar. So if you're really shit at the game and you can't land Supernova, then you'll be playing behind, because look how much ult bar that takes. Let's go into Choso's ult, which I think it's like probably as good as Gojo. The thing about Choso is that he's like pretty similar to Gojo, where he only has one move, and that is Wing King, Wang King, Wing King. What you want to just do is just go for Wing King. Wow, great strategy. And this is like a guaranteed knockdown, and look what, you go into this. Wow, look at that. It's so brain dead. That's all he has. Blood Rain is useless. Never use Blood Rain. Oh wait, I guess you could use this. It's so easy to counter though. You go into this, which might be a one-shot. It's interesting though. I'd rather just farm Wing King and then kill him with... This is the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my entire life, by the way. It's so brain dead. It's so stupid. Plasma Wave, if you land it, it's a one-shot. But good luck landing it though. Look. Once you clap, you can't re-aim it. So you could just wait for you to clap. And you could dodge it. Otherwise, it's still one shot and it regains your ult, which is cool, I guess. Wow, cool, crazy. Nothing really to say though. It's so brain dead. Probably just on the level of Gojo. You can guarantee to get it off if you down slam, but you're so close. It's so easy to dodge. But I guess if you time it for the clap, you could land it. Very interesting. But Wing King is stupid, basically, in short. Choso is a very simple character. Well made. Wow, crazy. Except the switcher. Oh my god, I have to run back. Bruh. Switcher, to be honest, I don't think I've mastered him that much. There's some stupid mix-ups with the TP. I put no brain power into thinking about what the TP can possibly do. Let's talk about his neutral game. He has a TP. I have no clue. I have not even a single clue as to how to use this thing to mix up. Can you like do this? It's a feint. So a waste of cooldown. He can feint and such. I should actually talk about his neutral game. It's all these block breakers. Almost all his abilities break block. Bubble throw, you could catch people off guard. Kind of like blue. Combo them, right? Or no, it's kind of like Hakari. It's so telegraphed, but it's an option he has in neutral in case your opponent messes up or something. He has the block breakers and all that and such. The mix-up is so mid. Unless you mastered this, the TP, I really don't think it's that good. It's so mid, so I'm gonna just pre-place him and see. Let's talk about his combos though. With his mid mix-up, honestly, yeah, your best bet is to just land M1s. And what does he have? He has a decent evasive bait with pebble or with elbow drop. He could go for. If he doesn't dodge, you could go for swift click, which is just more damage and such. Swift kick, it goes into pebble throw every time if his evasive is out, which is good. Good combos, good extenders. And also, if you don't get evasive out, he of course has this, which is guaranteed to get his evasive out. Or it's true ragdoll basically, like his old uppercut. I don't know why they removed that if they just have that. I guess it wastes more resources, makes him shittier. But honestly, just give him it back. Or his guaranteed stun after elbow drop to make him more balanced. He's just so mid right now. Barely any mix. Look at this hitbox, by the way. Oh wait, you landed? That's crazy. Stupid hitbox with like, I'm spamming dash, by the way, with so much end lag. That's useless in mixing up. Pebble throw is useless because it's so telegraphed. Brute force is fine, but it leads into no combos because it knocks them back so much. And this move also, just block it. And you could punish him after he's running around like an idiot. Todo's so mid. I don't think he's bad. He has all the bare necessities, but okay, unless you master this thing, I guess he'll be good. It also wastes so much ult bar too. Okay, if you're good at Todo and you waste all your ult bar for that TP, you're just not gonna get your ult either. You're just playing from behind. So very mid. Let's talk about his ult. I glaze his ult so much because Brothers is just such a crazy concept to me. The neutral game, it's pretty much just like he brute forces through everything. If you block, you can't block against him, right? Everything breaks block. So you're pretty much just running and trying to M1 him. Against anyone except like Sukuna or people who zone, he's great. Brothers is a very good move. One of the best moves in the game. It's a counter that does 70 damage. I'm pretty sure 70% damage. No, if you don't land the counter, it does like 70% damage. Like, look at that. It's like almost 70 damage, and I missed it. And it's a counter. And if you land the counter, how much damage does it even do? It does like go on that wall, but don't fly away. There's like 90 when you land it. If you just like land at least one dreams, one climax jumping, he's dead. He's just dead, which makes Brother such a good move. It's like that fear factor that he has. Because he has a move that can do that to you, that can almost one-shot you, you're gonna be very cautious when fighting a Todo. You're not gonna want to M1 him, which gives him that, it gives him kind of like a defensive aura. And everything else is just good. They're just all block breakers. A good combo, good thing in a combo with. This is just big damage, right? Just big damage, all block breakers. It's very good, very good. I think it's up here, to be honest. It's not like Gojo where it's like, okay, I have a one shot, but I have to bait evasive and I have to use my one singular move, Hollow Blue, to make ends meet. All of his moves are kind of just, they have a purpose. He also kind of just has a one shot in the form of Brothers. Can be used without baiting evasive. You could just throw it out. You could also use it not as a counter, and you could use it twice. Doesn't this sound so insane? He's good. He's so good against everyone except Sukuna. Because Sukuna, he could just M1 and his M1s don't trigger Brothers, which is absolutely insane to think about. Sukuna is just so stupid. But Sukuna's the only guy that makes him really not as good. Otherwise, that's where I rank Todo. Going down the list. Switcher. Defense Attorney. Higuruma is just the mix-up guy. It's like a 50-50 coin flip. You just have to make the right decisions against your opponent. He just breaks block. Wow. Okay, cool. Are you gonna block against Higuruma? You better not block, or you're gonna get comboed. Also, if you don't block, it also leads into a combo, unless you have evasive. And also, if you choose wrong, Higuruma also doesn't really get punished. But it's still fine in the end, because Higuruma is still losing more because he's wasting a cooldown. Everything else also just leads into mix-ups. He's just his combos are based off of mixing up. The more correct choices he makes, the more damage he gets to do, which is cool. He's based solely around mixing up in the neutral game. Yeah, his only real way to combo is like with these abilities. They don't really do that much. You really have to get the coin flip right with Higuruma, which is why I think he's balanced, because he has high potential, but you have to play the character right. You have to play his archetype correctly. You have to mix him up correctly, which is so which is such a cool concept, but I don't really think it's that good right now. Where do I even put him? Okay, wait, we need to rearrange this. Like, everyone is too high in the tier list. You think this is fair? I think this is fair, right? Like this? I think this is fine, right? And we did this so we can rank, what's his name? Defense Attorney. Well, I'm just gonna put in C, okay? Great mix-up, but his combo is dependent on getting the mix-ups right, which makes him a fine character, okay? Very mid. But if your opponent chooses right, if your opponent can get a read on you, you can't capitalize as much, which is interesting. To be honest, I haven't played him enough to test it fully. That's just what I think. For Higuruma ult, I think it's C. Slightly better than Hakari's domain. It's a counter ult in the end, right? You use it right after your opponent ults, it's guaranteed to land, I would have to say, even though it's a domain because he has that iframes, right? And it takes one ability off of your opponent, but you have like increased damage and a terrible moveset, which is so mid. I won't lie. Like in all of the times in which I fought a Higuruma, I always kind of just like beat him because his ult is so like, it's a one shot technically, or he has the potential to like one shot you, but his just moves are so bad. Execution. That's like easy to dodge. Final Judgment. It's a run with iframes with such a tiny hitbox. If you land it, you don't even guarantee to kill him. You have to win some QTE, which you should win though, because you're like maining Higuruma. Just takes off. Wait, did I use it right? Oh, you have to time it. How many limbs do you have to take off to kill him? 2. You have to land it 3 times, 3 hits to freaking kill him. Oh my goodness gracious. How crazy is that? His M1s are good because they cancel and they go through block, which is great. Like over here, because he's forced to dodge, which is good. I think it's just so mid. Oh my god. It's actually like a base only character, to be honest. And also, if you just fail inside of that, inside of your domain, the worst is like nothing happens, like you just lose the minigame. The second best thing is just you take 2 moves, which is still not as good because you're fighting an ulting character because you counter ulted. A Yuta. Water Bucket says he's broken. I haven't touched Yuta one time because I think he's so annoying. I'll put him in S tier. His ult is broken right now, I would have to say. It literally takes all of your ult bar away, so it beats like a Maharaga, which is guaranteed to land after a down slam. Not even after a down slam. If you just land 1M1, you get hit by Jacob's ladder, lose all your health, lose all your awakening bar, and you die. Yeah, it's just stupid. Even though he's incomplete, he's still overpowered, which is stupid. God, what are you doing with your game, TZD? Locust Guy. I know a lot about Locust Guy. Let's quickly talk about Locust Guy and let's quickly just end this. Let's see what Locust Guy is all about. The neutral game, the mix-up game. Locust Guy has the worst mix-up in the entire game. Yeah, that's the whole point of the clever mix-up thing that I talk about. Clever mix-up is just me hopelessly spamming one move in the hopes that I somehow catch my opponent lacking. Because he has just no mix. His only real mix that he has, okay, if we're talking seriously, is Black Mucus and Wing Throw. Wing Throw is only really a mix in M1 trades when you're just doing this, which is good because Locust is just an M1 merchant. He just wants to land M1s, but also his only mix doesn't lead into combos, or it does lead to combos technically, but you have to bait evasive first. So it's like literally scaling a mountain, mixing up with Locust Guy. And then you go into like Wing Throw, wow, I used my only mix. Boom, he evasives out. And now guess what? Your only mix is on cooldown. His evasive's out, true, but now you have no mix and you have to somehow land in M1 against your opponent. It's just like actually like, what's it called? Who's the guy that freaking rolled a boulder up a mountain? Sisyphus. He has no mix, and his only mix just leads into more situations in which you have no mix and you have to get hits, but you can't get hits really easily because you just have no mix. His mix is terrible. Okay, while he technically has no mix, okay, you can make up for it with skill. Just land in M1 and you're gold. And if you land in M1, he actually just does so much damage. That's where Locust Guy makes up for his lack of mix. For what he lacks in his mix, he makes up for his stupid combos. That's why people think he's OP, even though he's really not. Like, look at this combo, which is just like, okay, I'm not even gonna go up. That was just 2 moves. That's like 40 damage. Bruh. With 2 moves without bang evasive, which is a lot of damage. I think that's the most that comes out of a combo extender, except for maybe Yuji with like his black flashes. That was no skill, brain dead combo that did that much. Now let's say you just get his evasive out, right? Oh wow, good job, buddy, you got his evasive. 1, 2. Wait, I did this wrong. Hold up, there's a more optimal way. But this is just another combo he could go for. Got his evasive out. Wow, cool. You just use all your 1, 2, 3, 4. And how much damage is that? It's like 80 damage for getting his evasive out. And it's so no skill. It's like no skill, and you're at no risk of dying. He's so like hot and cold. That's why I actually learned to love Locust. When life is good and you're just landing M1s on Locust Guy, life is good because you get these easy combos which are so easy and brain dead, and they do like 80 damage, and it's just so stupid. But also, he just has no mix because his only mix is wing throw, and it leads to an evasive bait, and you have to bait his evasive to combos, so his only mix leads into just an evasive bait, which doesn't actually lead into anything unless you bait his evasive. Let's actually do a real combo though, like some stupid Locust Guy classic combo. 1, 2, 3. You go into wing throw. The Locust Guy classic. Everyone knows about this. Did I do less damage? Yeah, I did. Whatever, Locust Guy is, okay, worst mix, some of the highest combo potential in the game with absolutely no danger in sight, which warrants him a fine spot in the B tier, okay? Okay, for the most part, I kind of agree with where I put him. It's just Mahito is in C, and it's kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. I played a little bit of Mahito. I realized Mahito, he kind of just plays exactly the same as Locust Guy, except with a slightly better mix, but with much worse combo potential and such. So I would put Mahito in B tier as well, right next to Locust Guy. Probably a little better, to be honest. It's just they're both the same. They both have the generic combo extender, which is easy, what you get after landing an M1. They have easy evasive baits, and also they do more damage after you bait evasive. The thing is, Mahito kind of just has more mix-up options with his block breakers, but they're also kind of shit, and they also kind of lead into nothing. Whereas with Locust Guy, he has less of a mix, but he has an easy evasive bait, and when he lands a hit, it's most likely going to lead into some stupid combo which is gonna do a billion damage to you. It's not, you can't say the same for Mahito. They're like kind of the same, but they have slight upsides and slight downsides, which kind of makes them different as well. So yeah, put Mahito up there, right next to him. Locust Guy's ult is also terrible, by the way. Locust Guy ult is like Higuruma, but a lot worse because it's a counter ult, and it's pretty much just a one-shot, but you have to use it after your opponent ults, because if your opponent ults after you land a G, then they could kind of just heal up and survive. Now you're left without an ult, fighting an awakening character with no mix-up, by the way. God, having no mix against a fucking awakening character, it makes him just so bad against awakening matchups. It's like Sisyphus. He has to work so hard to like survive. His ult is so bad. Even worse than Higuruma. Higuruma takes a move, right? It limits your opponent. And he also has he has a mix-up too. Dude, yeah, he literally has to land an M1 against an ulting character. You know how hard that is? That is impossible, especially when you have no mix. And also, if you go for Locust Guy's only mix, let's turn off Awakening real quick. Let's see you go for Locust Guy's only mix. Look at my ult bar, it went down. You have to actually combo him in the air to regain ult. Like you have to do clever to this, and then you can M1 and then actually ult him. It's so bad. It's so insanely bad and terrible and hard. Like, his ult is actually just plain terrible. Even worse than Hakari. Garbage. I might put it in garbage. No, it's in D tier because it's actually usable. Garbage is reserved for one spot and one spot only. That's Locust Guy. I actually like Locust Guy now. Next up is Yuki. We're almost done. We have 2 characters left. Yuki base kit, I pretty much said everything I wanted to say very recently. I'll keep it concise. Clear and concise. Oh shoot. Is Yuki even the best character in the game? Nah. I think right here. I think this is how the tier list looks, right? Is Yuki better than Megumi? Yes, I think she's better than Megumi. The second best character in the game, only because Yuta is overpowered right now. Now let me tell you why it's fair, okay? But let's talk about the neutral game. The mix-up options for Yuki. It's very interesting, okay? Yuki, it's not interesting, it's just kind of stupid. She has the best mix-up in the game. Let's talk about every way she can approach this dummy with her mix-up. This is going to take a while. This guy's blocking. He doesn't even have to be blocking. You can, of course, go for guard or rebound and show the threat that you might go for the variant or the double tap thingy. So that's what one's used for. Forces him to block. You also have Mass Breaker, which puts you in the air, almost unpunishable, and breaks block and does like 10 damage. Mass Breaker is still vulnerable to counters, right? But there's also Mass Breaker Alternate, which is immune to counters and does even more damage. No, it does the same damage, and it breaks block, and it actually hits on ragdoll too. Let's take a look at guarded stab. Okay, Yuki can do all that, right? But she can also M1 trade in the blocking neutral, right? She could go for a 1-2 like that. She also has guard or restab variant, which is range, which breaks block, which does 10 damage, which is insane. Okay, it's also unpunishable, and if you whiff it, it still activates, giving you just high ground for free, basically. Basically, Yuki just has... We're not even done yet with the mix-ups, to be honest. Let's say you land a hit. You can set up for another mix-up by blinding your opponent by making him fucking blind and deaf, which makes setting up for other mix-ups even easier, which is just more on top of that. And also, wait, what else? This also breaks block, by the way. Which is another... It's really hard to land. but it's still there. It still breaks block, which is another option she has in a mix. She has a way to approach. Okay, there's still more. Oh my god, wait, hold up. And lastly, for her last piece of mix, which is pretty, not really a lot of uses for this. You could still go for this. 1, 2, 3. The last hit gives you super armor. That's just all that she has for the mix-up. The best mix-up in the game. She also just has good combos. Dude, okay, I won't even lie. I took her to 100 Eli. I played for like 3 hours. I don't even know if any of the combos I did were true, but her mix-up was just so good that I made up for it. I was doing untrue combos the whole entire time. Like, I'm still like living in like the pre-patch Yuki, where she's just spamming down slams. There's one more thing I want to talk about with her mix-up in ult battles, because Yuki has no ult and you're meant to play her by just using all your ult bar to get our special, you know. Never really gonna get access to your ult, even though it's terrible, which means in ult battles, when your opponent ults, you're just gonna have no ult bar for that. You have to fight him with your normal base kit, and honestly, it's completely fine. He's also a zoner, and when fighting ulting characters, you can kind of just zone and run away the whole time, and your opponent pretty much can't do anything. Like against a Sukuna, once the M1 you right to lock you down to put you on the defensive. If you're running away, Sukuna can't put you on the defensive because he's going to be busy chasing after you, right? So if Sukuna is chasing you using his dashes to catch up, if you go for a mass breaker, he can't dodge it because he uses all his dashes to catch up, which means it's a free mass breaker that knocks him further away, that forces him to like run another mile to come back to fight you. And he has to approach you because he is on a timer because of his ult bar. And you are not on a timer. You're free to knock him away and just zone all you want. And it's same for every other ulting character, right? Her immense mix just allows her to pretty much win most ult fights. That's how good her base kit is. She just always has an option that's like constantly available. Like while you're running away from the Sukuna, okay, go for mass breaker. Oh my god, he's coming close. He's gonna go for an aerial dismantle. I just use guard or rebound. Oh my god, he's coming closer and he's blocking. I'm just gonna use this and be unpunished and free. And if you land a hit, you could go for this, which just blinds him, makes it easier to mix up. You could also run away in that scenario. And she also has another move. It's just so much mix. I also want to just show this last move because it's also important, because everything about this character is important. She could of course go for this, which is iframes. It's just iframes. She's immortal when she's in that mode. Or she has super armor. It's not super armor, it's iframes. So much mix, which leads to the ult area. Like I showed it in the Yuki video, I just consider base Yuki as an ult character when like fighting other characters, okay? Because she's just that good. Her zoning capabilities is that good. Talk about Hakari, Wing King Guy, and Todo. They're like hard counters. Even though you have zoning abilities, there's a lot of countermeasures. It makes it kind of bad. But against everyone else who's just like on a generic ult bar, wants to get close and mix you up, I think she's just way better. Not way better, but she could just run down the timer pretty easily. And Russell, yeah, also is a black hole. Garbage, it's terrible. It's actually unusable. Like as a joke, I tried using it on stream. Yeah, as a joke. Like going for an ability as a joke doesn't really mean it's good, because it's like, it's funny because it's so stupid and hard to land, right? So it's just terrible. Does that reasoning make any sense? It's just so bad that the only way for me to possibly get this ult off in ranked was to fight a shitty player, shitty gamer who's not very good at the game, and to just run away and like go escape, R, enter, and go into the black hole. And also land it at the same time. That was like the only way in which I could have possibly landed her black hole in ranked. Because her R special, it's too good. Her R special is too good. So she just can't afford to possibly go for the black hole. Genuinely unusable worst hole in the game. Probably on par with the 0.2 domain. And lastly, the manga artist. Character I probably know the least about, to be honest. Bruh. Every patch, I saw a post about this, but every patch they just make manga artists more and more insufferable to play as and against. It makes them so stupid. Anyway, this is the tier list. Take a look at the tier list. On the left side, we have the ult. On the right side, we have the base. So you're gonna skip to the end to see the ranking, and look, you skip to the end, and here's the ranking. If you disagree with anything, first of all, before you comment, actually watch my points, the points that I made for the characters. Okay, actually go and do that, because I make some pretty good points. And if you just go down and you just comment, then I'm gonna just disprove you by typing a whole entire essay thing, just basically restating what I said in the video, because you know, in a major way. Anything major here that I want to point out? Anything major? The characters that I'm sure about are Megumi, Yuki, Choso, Hakari, Locust Guy, Gojo, and Todo. I'm sure about those rankings. Everyone else, it's a little iffy. But anyway, that's about it. And I'm gonna wait for 15 minutes and then I'll be able to end it. Yes, this is about it, and that's about true. Yeah.